Welcome to DVCom Technology. In this lab, I am going to show you how to configure DrayTek Vigor P2540x switch. Let's go and understand the topology before we start the configuration. In my lab, we have Vigor 2862 router, which is going to act as a gateway for all the VLANs, and we have 2540x switch. And let's go and see what are the tasks we are going to do in this lab. First of all, I am going to access the switch with the default IP and default username and password. So the default IP address is, which is 192.168.1.224, and the default username is admin, which is admin, and default password, which is admin. And let's go and access the switch with the default IP and default username and password. So right now I have connected on port number 23 on my switch from my laptop, and let's go and check it now. Open the run and type ncpa.cpl and check whether we configured the IP address in the same subnet or not. Right now the IP address for my VigorSwitch, which is 192.168.1.224, which is /24, and I need to keep my PC into the same subnet, which is 192.168.1. So this is my LAN interface. Let's go and check what IP address we configured. So in case if it is not there, now I'm going to configure the IP address is 192.168.1.10, so that my switch and my laptop, it belongs to the same subnet, so that they can able to talk each other. Let's go and see now. So double click on your LAN interface, select TCP IP version 4, click on properties. Yes, it's configured with 192.168.1.10. Then click OK, then click close, then after that close. Then after that connect your laptop directly to port number 23. Now for verification, open the command prompt and type ping -t 192.168.1.224. So I have a successful reachability. Now open the browser and type the IP address 192.168.1.224. Now you can able to see the login page for my DrayTek VigorSwitch, which is P2540x, and default username is admin and default password is admin. Then click login. This is my first task. Then the second task is that change the default IP and admin password. The moment when you log in, immediately it will prompt you to change the password. So click on the change password. Then after that, if you go down, you can see your admin account and click on the modify button. Then after that, edit the password. Then specify the original password, which is admin. Then what is the new password? The new password, I'm going to give you something different and retype the password. Then after that, give the admin privilege, then click OK. Then you can able to see OK. Now for verification, log out from the switch and try with the new password, which is admin is the username, and click on the and type the new password. Then after that, click login. Now if you see here, my PC is directly connected on port number 23. Now the second one, I need to change the default IP. As you know that the default IP address is 192.168.1.224. To change that, go to the switch LAN. Then after that, click on general setup. Then select manage IP, management IP. Then select the static IP. So I'm going to specify the IP address is 192.168.1.5, and I'm going to make it the gateway as 192.168.1.1. If you require the DNS, you can able to specify it, otherwise just ignore it. Then this is your management VLAN. So VLAN number 1 is the management VLAN, and by default the VLAN number 1 is already created, and which is the name for the default VLAN is the default, and which is VLAN number 1. Then after that you can click apply. Then after that you can get a warning. Then after that say OK. I don't have any problem now. So please reconnect by new network settings. So before that, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to check the communication. There you go. I have a successful communication. Then after that, here instead of 224, change it as 5. Then say enter now. There you go. Then username is admin and the new password. Now I can able to see my dashboard. Now what I'm going to do now, I'm going to configure the VLANs as per the topology. So as per my topology, I'm going to configure 3 VLANs. The first one is orange VLAN, and second one is green VLAN, and third one is red VLAN. And I'm going to use VLAN number 10, 20 and 30. Let's go and do this. So now to configure the VLANs, go to the switch LAN. Then after that you can able to see VLAN management. Then click create VLAN. Then if you see here by default, as I discussed, there is VLAN number 1 and which is the default VLAN. So all the interfaces by default which is belongs to VLAN number 1. So now as per my topology, I need to configure 3 VLANs. So first of all, I'm going to configure the VLAN number 10 and VLAN name is orange. Say apply. Click OK. Now I'm going to create one more VLAN which is VLAN number 20. The name of that VLAN is green. Now I'm going to create one more VLAN which is VLAN number 30. Then I'm going to configure name as red. Say OK. Now if you see here, I have configured 3 VLANs, VLAN number 10, 20 and 30, orange, green and red. Then after that, I'm going to shift the ports as per the topology. So as per my topology, port number 1 to 5, I'm going to shift into VLAN number 10. Port number 6 to 10, I'm going to shift into VLAN number 20. Port number 11 to 15, I'm going to shift into VLAN number 30. So to shift the ports, go to the interface settings. So first of all, you need to go to the VLAN management. Then after that, you need to click on interface settings. Now port number 1 to 5. So just go to the port select here. If you see here, the first one, port select. Then click on Gigabit Ethernet 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Then after that, you want to, what is the mode for this? As I told you that the access mode is nothing but it belongs to a specific VLAN. So I'm going to keep all these 5 ports into VLAN number 10. Then there belongs to untagged. If you see here, whenever I select untag, immediately it came as a orange. Then after that, click apply. Then click OK. The moment when you say OK, if you see here, port number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, these 5 ports are belongs to VLAN number 10 and it's untagged ports. Now what I'm going to do now, I'm going to configure the remaining ports, which is port number 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Now I'm going to keep these ports as access ports and which are belongs to VLAN number 20. Now click on untag. You can able to see here the green VLAN. Then after that, apply. Then click OK. For verification, just go down and you can able to see here port number 6 to 10 are belongs to VLAN number 20. Now I'm going to shift the remaining ports, which is 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15. 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15. Now this belongs to a access port and there belongs to VLAN number 30. Then after that, click on untagged VLAN, then click apply. There you go. Then say OK. Now if you see here, port number 11 to 15 we have shifted into VLAN number 30. Port number 1 to port number 5 or belongs to VLAN number 10. Port number 6 to port number 10 or belongs to VLAN number 20. Port number 11 to 15 or belongs to VLAN number 30. Now configuration of trunk port between the switch and router. So now if you see here, port number 48 which is connected to the router on port number 4. So through this port number 48, what we are going to do, we are going to make it as a trunk port. So this trunk port, what it does, it's going to carry the VLANs information. So far we configured VLAN number 10, 20 and 30. These three VLANs information is going to pass through your trunk port. That's what we need to do it here. Okay, let's go to the port number 48 and make it as a trunk. So let's go down and see here port number 48. So select this port. Right now it's not tagged to any other VLANs. Did you notice that, guys? Yeah. So now what I'm going to do now, let's go here. The selected port is port number 48. Then after that, make it as a trunk. And the default VLAN is VLAN number 1. And I'm going to say, please carry the VLANs information 10, 20 and 30. That's it. Then click apply. Then say OK now. Just go down and you can see it there. Now see here, port number 48 which is a trunk port and which is going to carry VLAN number 10, 20 and 30. Right? So the next one is that configuration of interface and tag the VLAN ID as per the topology. So here what we are going to do, guys, exactly. We have already connected port number 48 and we made it as a trunk. So in the router side, what we are doing, we are just connecting to on port number 4. So the port number 4, what it does, it's going to receive the VLAN information from VLAN number 10, 20 and 30. So our objective is that we need to tag these three VLANs on port number 4. That's what we are going to do now. After that, I'm going to configure the IP address, which is going to act as a gateway for VLAN number 10, which is 192.168.10.1. Then after that, for VLAN number 20, I'm going to configure the gateway as 192.168.20.1. For VLAN number 30, I'm going to make it as 192.168.30.1. And I'm going to enable the DHCP for each and every VLAN. Then I'm going to enable the DNS as well. Let's go and see how I'm going to do this. So before I'm going to access the router, as you know that the DrayTek router, the default IP address is 192.168.1.1. And the default username is, which is /24, and default username is admin, and default password is admin. Now I want to connect from my switch to the router on port number 4 and on the switch side port number 48. But for me, for administrative purpose, I am going to connect my PC on port number 1. And by default on the LAN, there is a DHCP is configured on 192.168.1 network. So that I am going to get some IP address from 192.168.1 network. After that, I can able to access my router with the username admin and password is admin. Let's go and have a look that. Yeah. So now what I'm going to do now, let's come out from my switch, because so far I no need to do anything at the switch level. So I just come out, take a new tab, and remove the cable from my switch port and connect it on my router. Yeah, so I'm going to connect now. Now after connecting this, what I'm going to do now, let's go to my network settings and make it as a DHCP. Let's go and see to what IP address I'm going to get it. Already my router is connected with the internet. You don't need to worry about it. Click on properties, select obtain an IP address automatically, obtain DNS server address automatically, then click OK. Then after that click on close, then say close. Now just verify, double click on this, click on details. Then if you see here, I got the IP address as 192.168.1.10 and the default gateway is 192.168.1.1. Now let's go and access my router, which is 192.168.1.1. Then the default username is admin and default password is admin. Then after that, immediately you got the warning. Your router is still set to default password. You should change it via the system maintenance menu. Then click OK. I don't want to save this. Then after that, what you can do now, go to the system maintenance. Then after that, click on administrator password. Then specify the old password, which is admin. Then I'm going to specify the new password and retype the password. Then after that, go down, then click OK now. Then for verification, just log out from here and try with the new password. The default username is admin and the new password. Then after that, click login. Once you have done it here, as you see here, already I configured the IP address, which has come from my service provider, right, which is a dynamic IP. Now, what I'm going to do now, for port number 4, I need to connect it to my switch on port number 48. So let's go and connect it now. So now I have connected there. Just dashboard. Then if you see here, port number 4 is connected now. So here, after a certain period of time, the router is going to log out automatically. To avoid that, you just make it off. Now what you are going to do now, let's go to the LAN, then click on general setup. So here, what I am going to do now, on port number 4, I am going to tag all my VLANs. This is what I am going to do exactly. So on this port number 4, try to understand this. On the port number 4, I am going to tag all my VLANs there. So let's go and do that. So how I am going to do that? Just enable the VLAN. Then after that, by default, all these ports, I'm going to keep it on LAN 1. So the LAN 1 is nothing but which is 192.168.1 network. So let's go and keep it by default, including port number 4, your SSIDs as well. Then after that, what I'm going to do now, port number 4, I'm going to keep it and I'm going to enable the VLAN tag, VLAN ID, and I'm going to specify this is for VLAN number 10, and I said that use the subnet as LAN 2. And after that, I'm going to enable one more VLAN ID on port number 4, and I'm going to give subnet number 3. Then this is belongs to VLAN number 20. Then after that, I'm going to enable LAN 4. Then after that, I'm going to add the VLAN tag as 30. It's very simple and very easy concept. So by default, what I'm going to say, LAN number 1 is the default LAN, which is going to get the IP address whenever you connect it. See here, right now you're able to access your router as 192.168.1.1. And all the interfaces are by default, it belongs to the same subnet, which is LAN number 1. Now, for port number 4, what I did, I tagged VLAN number 10, 20 and 30, And similarly, I just added the subnets as well. So LAN 2 is mapped to VLAN number 10, LAN 3 is mapped to VLAN number 20, LAN 4 is mapped to VLAN number 30. Now just go down, then click OK. The moment when you click OK, you can able to see LAN 2, LAN 3 and LAN 4. Then click OK now. Then you can able to see here LAN 2 is mapped to 192.168.2 and LAN 3 is mapped to 192.168.3. LAN 4 is mapped to 192.168.4. But as per my topology, you remember that. Okay, let's go and do the ping, continuous ping to ping -t 192.168.1.1. There you go. Now just refresh. Then after that, click on admin and the password, which is new password. Now, if you see here, go to the LAN and click on general setup. You can able to see LAN 2, LAN 3 and LAN 4. These three is enabled. Now what you are going to do, LAN 2 we map to VLAN number 10. So click on the details page and change according to your scenario. So as I told you guys, for LAN number 2, what I decided that I am going to use 192.168.10 network, right? Let's go and do that. So I am going to say 192.168.10.1 as the gateway, and I'm going to start the IP address. I'm going to enable the DHCP and I'm going to keep 192.168.10.11, and I just want only 50 IP addresses in my pool. Then after that, I'm going to keep the gateway as 192.168.10.1 and I'm going to specify the DNS server. So let's say I'm working in Dubai, so my Etisalat DNS server, my service provider is Etisalat. So they given me the DNS server is 213.42.20.20 and 195.229.241.222. Then click on OK. Then after that say OK. Then say OK. Now you can see the LAN 2 subnet got changed. Now your router is going to reboot and it's going to come back now. See the status now. See there. Keep remember guys, right now I have connected with port number 1. That's why I'm able to see still 192.168.1.1. I can able to access my router. Yeah. Now you can able to see here there is a reply back. See here. Now simply just refresh it. Then after that you can just type admin and the new password. Then after that click login. Then after that go to the LAN. Then click on general setup. Now if you see here 192.168.10.1 which is mapped to LAN 2. Now what I'm going to do now, LAN 3 I'm going to map to VLAN number 20. So let's go and do the change. 192.168.20.1 which is /24, and I'm going to start the IP address is 192.168.20.11. I just need 50 IPs. Then I'm going to use 192.168.20.1 as the gateway for my VLAN number 20. Then primary, let's say I'm going to give here 4.2.2 and 8.8.8. What a flexibility guys. Then after that click OK, say OK, say OK. Now it's going to reboot and it's come back. Now if you see here LAN 2 is mapped to VLAN number 10, LAN 3 which is mapped to VLAN number 20. Let's go and see the command prompt. So right now it's going to come back now. Just wait for 1 minute or 1 second. It's like 10 seconds I can say. Yeah, you can able to see the reply now. There you go. Perfect. Now type here, username is admin and password is new password. Then after that go to the LAN and click on general setup. Now I'm going to change this. So LAN 4 which is mapped to VLAN number 30. Now I want to start from 30.11. I need just 50. 192.168.30.1 which is going to act as a gateway, and I want to give the DNS. Then after that click OK, then click OK. Now click OK. There you go. Now open the command prompt and verify it. Now my router is going to reboot now. You are going to lose the ping. Now it's going to come back now. There you go. Now just refresh it. Then after that, say admin and the password. That's it. So far what we have done, we have tagged all the VLANs. If you see here on port number 4, I have tagged VLAN number 10, 20 and 30. For VLAN number 10, I mapped the subnet as LAN 2, and VLAN number 20 I mapped as LAN 3, and VLAN number 30 I mapped as LAN 4. Then after that, I just come to my general setup. There I change the IP addresses as per my requirement. And I just added the DHCP servers as well. And also if you see here in the down, if you want to make a communication between these three VLANs, what you can do, you just enable the routing. If you see here inter-LAN routing. So for example, if I want to do that from LAN 1 to LAN 2 and LAN 3 and LAN 4, I want to do this. There you go. Hope you guys are clear. So that the tick marks is going to show it to you. You are able to enable the routing between these LANs. Then after that, click OK now. There you go. You don't need to worry guys. It's perfectly alright. So now we have done the point number 7 as well, and we terminated the internet before. Now we are going to be in the verification phase. So to verify this, first of all, what I'm going to do, I'm going to log out from here. So first thing is that I'm going to freshly open the command prompt, and I'm going to keep ping 4.2.2-t. So right now I can able to access the internet because I am in LAN 1. So LAN 1 it has the internet. So now here for verification, the testing phase, what I am going to do guys, let's see here what I am going to explain to you. Try to see here. So first thing is that 192.168.10.0 network, which is /24, we configured for VLAN number 10, right? So now port number 1 to 5 we shifted into VLAN number 10. So now what I will do, first I am going to connect my PC into port number 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or any one of the port. Then automatically I'll get a IP address from this pool, and same time I'm going to get the internet. This is what my first test. Then after that we configured one more subnet, which is 192.168.20.0/24. This is belongs to VLAN number 20, and we have shifted the ports from 6 to 10. This is what I'm going to show it to you now. And after that we configured one more subnet, which is 192.168.30.0/24. Then after that, this is for VLAN number 30, and I have shifted the ports from 11 to 15. Okay guys, let's go and check it now. So first of all, at the moment my PC and the router on LAN 1, so that I can able to see the IP address as 192.168.1.1, and it has internet as well. So to verify that, what you can do now, go to ncpa.cpl. See that whenever you see here, by default it has 1.10, and this is my gateway. Why? Because I have connected on port number 1. So now what I'm going to do guys, on the switch side, let's put this one continuous ping. Now I'm going to remove my cable from my router, and I'm going to connect it on my switch on port number 1. See here, I'm going to lose the connectivity guys. Yeah. Now port number 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, doesn't matter. So I connected on port number 2. Now let's wait. What IP address is going to receive it? Yeah. Whether I can able to get the internet or not. I need to verify it. See there. I got the internet, that is successful, and I need to check whether which IP address I got it. So for that we just go to the run and type ncpa.cpl here, then double click on your LAN interface and click on details. Wow. If you see here, I got the IP address from VLAN number 10, which is 10.11, and 10.1 is the gateway, and my dhcp server is 10.1, which is my router, and these are the DNS servers I configured there. Perfectly alright. So perfectly my VLAN number 10 is working. Now what I'm going to do now, I'm going to verify the another VLANs. So I'm going to connect the port between 6 to 10. So let's go and connect it on port number 8, which is belongs to VLAN number 20. Let's wait now whether we are able to receive the internet or not. Wow. And let's go and see my settings. Just double click on this, go to the details. Now you can see here I got the IP address from VLAN number 20 and the gateway is my router and DHCP server also my router. And see here for VLAN number 20 we configured these DNS servers. Perfectly alright guys. Then after that I'm going to check VLAN number 30. So for checking, just remove this port and I can able to connect any port between 11 to 15. So I'm going to connect on port number 14. Let's go and verify it now whether I can able to get the IP or not. There you go. Perfect guys, I got the internet as well and verification. Just double click on my LAN interface, then click on details. You can see here 30.11 is the IP address and 30.1 is the gateway, which is my router, and my DHCP server is 30.1, and these are the DNS servers we configured. So this is how you are going to do. And one more thing guys, now I just want to check whether I can able to access my switch or not. Let's go and check it now. Open the command prompt. 192.168.1.1, that's my router, that's fine, but my switch is 1.5. There you go. I can able to see both. Now what you can do now, open your browser and just refresh here. See here and just refresh here. See there, you can access both devices now. So let's go and log into your switch and confirm it. See here guys, I have connected on port number 14, which is belongs to VLAN number 30. So your router is doing the routing, right? So this is how you are going to use it. In my next lab, I am going to show it to you how to use the layer 3 features. Thank you for watching this video. For sales, please send us an email sales@datavoice.com.